Well, Democrats in the Senate have demanded that Amy Coney Barrett not be nominated to the Supreme Court because COVID-19. But Republicans say they're going ahead anyway. They're now scheduled for October 12th, the hearings. Democrats, as we noted, are calling for a delay. Kamala Harris tweeted today, for example, quote, moving forward with SCOTUS confirmation hearings in exactly 1 week threatens the health and safety of members, our staff, and the hardworking people who keep the Senate complex clean, safe, and operational. This is completely reckless, end quote. Unlike the riots we've seen for months, which are great, they're a moment in history. Go ahead and loot Macy's. So in the end, partisanship aside, what are the odds that Amy Coney Barrett will be nominated, and then we'll have hearings to consider her nomination? Francey Hakes is a former federal prosecutor. She joins us tonight to assess those odds. Francey, great to see you tonight. Even talking about this makes me feel unsafe from a medical standpoint. We could get COVID just mentioning the name Amy Coney Barrett, but I'm glad you're willing to take that risk. Do you think this will happen?
I think it will. I think the Republicans are determined to seat her on the court. There's an empty seat. There's an election pending. We know from Bush v. Gore back in 2000 that there certainly can be challenges to the presidential election and its outcome. And I feel like if children can sit behind their laptops in their homes and we can all go out and buy vodka and rum at the liquor store, and the people who work in the grocery store can go to the grocery store to sell us our groceries, I really feel like the senators could sit at their home in front of their computers too.
Do you think that if Amy Coney Barrett put on a Black Lives Matter armband and used the phrase systemic racism non-ironically, that would lower the risk from COVID-19?
Well, you know, Tucker, I like to say that COVID is not a missile. I'll be walking around here in California and people will treat me like I've got the plague. And so I don't think it missiles over from one person to the other when you've got your social distance happening. But I think that the problem here really is the hypocrisy of the Democrats, Tucker. And it shows that they're certainly willing to put all kinds of essential people. I mean, the mayor of New York is talking about only non-essential businesses are closing. So the essential people have to take a risk. I remember when the mayor of Chicago said that she had to get a haircut because she was an essential person. So I feel like the senators can show up, and so can Judge Barrett.
Yeah, no one ever worries about, I don't know, the Uber Eats delivery men in Midtown. We don't care about them, I guess.
No, I think that's the point. It's who's really important. The senators like to think it's them, and so they're obviously too important to take any risks, even though us little people are the ones stocking the shelves and putting on, you know, you behind the camera here today and at your show. But that's all okay. What's not okay is senators sitting socially distanced with masks in a fairly sterile environment in the Senate and doing the Senate's important work. I mean, we're paying their salary. I guess if they can't do their job, we shouldn't pay them, should we? Somehow I don't think they're going to volunteer to lose their salaries. I think you'd see widespread public support for not paying them. But that's just my guess. Haven't pulled on it. Francey Hakes, thanks for taking the risk of getting COVID-19 by talking about Amy Coney Barrett. We appreciate it. Sure thing, Tucker.